Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody out there in the YouTube community and the YouTubers. How is everybody this afternoon? I'm feeling pretty happy this afternoon for some unknown reason. I don't know if it's because I got my watermelon, because I just came from the store, y'all. I went to, I have had a very busy morning. I've been all downtown. Finally got a chance to go to the bank, but I didn't handle the business, about the changeover because my bank is merging. I guess they're merging, or my bank is becoming a subsidiary of this new MT Bank. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, it's supposed to change over by September. I think it's September the 3rd or the 6th. And I have a lot of, bills and stuff that I pay through my bank. It's automatic. It's an automatic thing. And each month that I don't have to worry about it. Like my rent is paid automatically, taken out of my bank. My insurance is taken out of my bank. Of course, all my Amazon purchases are taken out of my bank. And so I had gone downtown with the intent again of going in the side of the bank and talk to an officer. But then I got downtown. I said, oh, I ain't doing that today. I said, I still got time, and this is what I'm talking about. This is why I say I procrastinate a lot. I mean, the procrastination has got to stop, y'all. As of today, it has to stop. And you know what? The best thing about it it's not hot or humid. It was a great morning. I must have left the house around 9:40 because I got up a little late. I got up around 8. I must have been about quarter after 8 when I got up this morning. So, but nevertheless, I still had a early start. And that's what I like to do because I'm thinking, hey, later on it's going to be in the 90s. That's what the weatherman said. And so the old girl hits the old buzz around and buzz on downtown like real early. And I didn't want to go to the supermarket, because of my neighborhood. So many people in this neighborhood that I live in that go to that same Stop and Shop. And I don't want them all up into my business because, they probably got the same bank too. But like I said, it's like a local grocery store, but yet it's what do you call it? I guess you would call it a franchise because Stop and Shop is all over the place up here in the Northeast. And so I got fly in here, y'all. When I went to the store, and I haven't even finished putting my groceries away. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what else I done. I was it. Those gnats. I can't get rid of these gnats, y'all. Oh my God. I had one in my bedroom last night. I don't know if I got rid of them or not, but I smacked him. And yesterday, it was in the afternoon. I thought a gnat had flew up in my garage up here. With the boogies and stuff. Oh my God. I had a fit. I said, okay, well, if it's up there, then I'm probably going to sneeze it out. Okay? I'm waiting for the sneeze to come because when a foreign piece of something get up in your nose, you'll start sneezing it out. It'll sneeze. You'll sneeze, And I tried to dig up there. I just did a lot to try to get, if in fact it was a gnat that flew up my nose, because it has happened before. A gnat has flown up my nose and was stuck up there, and apparently he died up in there. That's disgusting, y'all. I know to say it, but this is the life that we live. We live here. We live these things. Some people, I've seen elderly man down south. He actually had maggots crawling. He was alive, but apparently he was not being physically taken care of. How they have when you're sick and they have you in the house and they have you in a room. And we were just children at the time. I was only, I don't even know if I was 6 years old, but I certainly do remember it. I have a memory, And we were looking through the window, which we didn't have no business doing, but we did it as children, because all of us, all my mother's children, we were like 1 year apart. Like, I call it doorstep children. And my brother, he's the oldest. Then I had another brother born next year in the same month. And then the third child was my sister. She was born a year and let's see, March, April, May. 14 months later, here she came. And then my brother came, I think it was like 15 months later. But between me and my brother, my mother says there was a set of twins, and she lost the twins. So that's how I ended up being the baby. But like I said, we were young kids, all there about the same age and everything. And so we were mischievous, even though we weren't bad kids. We just did some stuff. We was up there looking at these people's window, and we had to be doing that. But anyway, we did it. I can't take it back. I'm sorry. I don't know if the lady even knew we did it. But anyway, this man, I think he was living in that house next door. That's when my mother had came to Connecticut. We was sort of just running around in the little, farmyard, because it was a farm, the other farmland, North Carolina back then was definitely farmland where we lived. We lived in the country. Ain't no doubt about it. We was in the country. Like when the lights went out, pitch black. You can't see you can't see your hands in front of the face, in front of your face once that sun goes down. But yet, I remember we could see the Big Dipper, and we could see the Little Dipper. And the moon, and even now, if you go down south, like in the country part, where there's no city lights and all that blah, blah, that got us spoiled today. You look up at the sky down there, even though we know, that this is the same sky, right? Yeah, it ain't no different than the sky we see up here, but that sky appearance of the sky down there is different from the appearance of the sky up here. You look up at the sky, it's like being in a planetarium, if you've ever gone to a planetarium. I mean, it's so beautiful. The sky is like midnight blue, and not a midnight black, but the stars are shining through there so pretty. And the moon somehow or another seems brighter. And I think from down south, I think at a certain time, we were able to see comet. It's many years ago, y'all. I can't really remember, but I think we saw comet. And, because you don't see comet everywhere. Come on now. Come on, y'all. You know your science. I think it's science or biology or something like that. I forgot what it is now. The old memory ain't up far like it used to be. And we could see the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper. Can't see that up here. Not that I know of. I ain't never heard nobody talk about, we'll go outside. You can see the Big Dipper tonight. I don't know. I don't think so. But we saw some of the constellations, in other words, that you don't see, in certain areas of the world. And it is so beautiful. And, when, like I said, when the sun goes down, it's so dark. And we didn't have no lights on in no house. When you get ready to go to bed, you go turn all the lights out. You ain't nervous and scared. And then we didn't have but one heater in the room. We didn't have central heat all over the house in every room like we do now. We had heat in one room, y'all. And when you went to bed, you was in the dark. But you weren't scared because it was what you used to. Something bites you, you just scratch it and keep it moving. And with the insects that they'll talk about today and the diseases they carry and all that kind of stuff, I can't remember having anything. I mean, we were bitten by bed bugs. Stung. I was stung. I think I told you about the time when I was a little girl and I got stung by the wasp all up here on my clothes, and I was just brushing them off my clothes. Every time I think about it, I can relive it, even though I vaguely remember. I remember how swollen my face was. They had stung me all up in my face, and my eyes were like, swollen shut. Anybody took me to no doctor? Nope, nobody took me to the doctor. I remember my mother, I think, she used to dip snuff, put a little spittle on it, so to speak, and put that on there, and that would be that. Now, I don't know if the stingers were still in me, because those wasps and stuff, they have a stinger. I don't know. Things are different down south than they, when I was growing up, than they are today. As a matter of fact, the South, they have more cities up there, just as many. They live in like a city life. Probably my glasses. I need days, Alice. And where farmland used to be, and factories and stuff like that. I know when we moved from down south, shoot, they were still picking cotton and doing everything by hand and putting in tobacco. Handing tobacco and doing all that stuff. And then we come back after a certain amount of years. They have a tobacco harvest that actually goes out there they ride out there in the field, and they got the loopers, the people that loop the tobacco on the stick. They're all on a tobacco harvester. As the guys crop the tobacco, they're sitting down cropping the tobacco, riding in this harvester, and the looper loops it on a stick. But I really can't remember what they did with the stick. I've never actually been on a tobacco harvester. Like I said, all that, came into play after we left the South and came up north. How things change. But yet they remain the same. Just different. Y'all know what? The cities change too. Oh yeah, they change over like every 20 years. As a matter of fact, I gotta go back down here. Matter of fact, my pharmacy down there, about a block, I would say a long block from where I live. They're supposed to move, but I don't think I don't know where they're gonna move. I don't know if they're gonna move across the street in the new building that they built. I gotta find out. They didn't send me no notifications or anything, but I have my medication delivered anyway, so I could care less where they move to, as long as they bring my medication when I need it, And they're a very good pharmacy. I love the pharmacists. They know me by name, call me Miss Daisel. It's like having a nickname. I just go ahead and answer, yeah, this is Daisel. Have a good day, y'all. I go with love.